All right, in this video, we are going to do 3 examples of using SOHCAHTOA to find missing sides of right triangles. So if you want to pause the video and copy down these triangles, then you can do these along with me. Here's the first triangle, here's the second triangle, and there's the last triangle. You'll also need a calculator as well. All right, so if you're doing these along with me, you've already got these copied down. What you're going to want to do every time you are approaching one of these problems is to figure out what theta you're using, what angle you're given, and then how your sides relate to that angle. So if this is what I'm considering theta, that would make this my opposite side. So I'm going to label that. And 19, since it's across from my right angle, that would be my hypotenuse. Now we're going to want to set up a trig equation using the two sides that we have, opposite and hypotenuse. So if I'm thinking about SOHCAHTOA, opposite and hypotenuse, that's going to be sine. So I'm going to write down sine of my angle theta, sine of 28 degrees, equals my opposite side, x, over my hypotenuse, 19. And that's the equation we're going to be able to solve. Now, in this equation, right now it's set up as x divided by 19. We can cancel out that division by multiplying. That would cancel it out on this side, which would leave x by itself. Then I just need to type this into my calculator. Now, you're going to want to check your calculator first to make sure the mode is in degree mode. So if you hit on a scientific calculator, right next to the second button, just hit degree, make sure it's underlined like that. That way you're getting the correct answers. So I'm going to type in 19 sine of 28. You can close your parentheses and then hit enter. And I do get a decimal here, which we're going to always round our decimals to 1 decimal place. So since it's 8.9, I'm going to look next door to figure out what to do. That's a 1, so I don't bump that up at all. So I'm going to say this is 8.9. All right. Now, if you're using your cell phone as a calculator, let me show you how you can do this on here. You'll need to kind of do this in reverse order. You're going to have to type the angle first, then the trig function. It's going to tell you what that decimal equals, and then you're going to be able to multiply it by 19. So here's how I would do that. I type 28. I do the command of taking the sign. That's going to give me a decimal for this part. Then I'm going to multiply by 19. And I get the same answer. 8.9 is what that would round to. So it is a little bit easier to do it on a scientific. All right, moving on. This next problem, here's my angle. So that's theta. That side across from it is its opposite side. This one is going to be the adjacent side, since this side here that I don't have any information for, that's the one that's across from my right angle. So this one down here is my hypotenuse. So I'm working with opposite and adjacent. I think back to SOHCAHTOA, opposite and adjacent, that's tangent, TOA. So I'm going to say tangent of my angle 41 degrees is equal to x over my adjacent side of 32. And then just like before, I need to multiply by 32 to get that to clear. Those will cancel, and then I'll have what x is equal to. Type in my calculator, 32, tangent of 41. And that equals 27.8. And once again, the 1 doesn't bump that up. So 27.8 would be my answer. All right, last but not least, I've got my angle up here. That's going to be theta. So that means this is my opposite side down here. This is my hypotenuse, because it's across from my right angle. And this side would be my adjacent side. All right, adjacent and hypotenuse, if I'm thinking SOHCAHTOA, adjacent and hypotenuse is going to be ca for cosine. So I write cosine 21 degrees, because that's my angle, equals adjacent x over hypotenuse 26. All right. I need to multiply by 26, and that'll cancel. And then I type that in my calculator, 26 cosine of 21. And here, I'm going to keep that decimal place, but I'm going to look at next to it. I've got a 7. 7 tells me to bump that up one more. So I've got 24.3. All right, and there's your 3 examples.